Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Welcome once again to your In.form program here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and today we have the pleasure of welcoming in the Dubois County ARC group. And before I get into too much details, we have Jenna and Jim with us today. Welcome, guys. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Kaitlyn.
having us.
So, Jenna, I'm going to, put you in the hot seat first, which we all know you kind of love and appreciate every now and again. But, Jenna, will you tell us a little bit about what Dubois County ARC is? Maybe, of course, what the acronyms stand for, because I'm not going to even venture down that road. And, maybe some of the work that Dubois County ARC is doing all year round behind the scenes in our local area here.
Absolutely. So, first, Dubois County ARC. Dubois County Advocacy for Recovery and Prevention Council. Mm-hmm. It's a mouthful. You can see why we shortened to ARC. So Dubois County ARC is the county's LCC, the local coordinating council. Every county in Indiana has one. And per state statute, I want to say the late 80s, early 90s, folks who are convicted of a substance abuse related offense in Dubois County, some of those court fees come to us per that state statute. Mm-hmm. So our primary job is to grant those monies back out in the community to people who are working to address substance misuse. So this could be everything from prevention programs, providing training for local treatment providers, providing equipment for local police officers, all kinds of prevention, education, and treatment options. So that is our primary role. Now, I will say in the last few years, the council, who's made up of a variety of community members, have worked to really expand beyond just that granting role mm-hmm. to address the needs in the community. So that is where we get our overdose awareness Candlelight Vigil.
Yes, and you guys, again, your name kind of comes up back and forth throughout the year, depending on, whether it's in the news or you guys post a lot online and whatnot, or you guys have regular board meetings and things like that, or just meetings that you invite the community to. But you guys host a facet of different events and whatnot. I'm thinking, the National Drug Take Back Day. You guys have a local effort that you do there, and then we're going to talk about some other local events. But what are some of the things that maybe some people might recognize you guys from?
I would say definitely we've been involved with the Medication Collection Day since that started, and it's been going on for a while. And we also, people would recognize us from the grant projects that we funded, especially the folks who have applied for grants are like, oh yeah, the council. Some people may recognize us as the Dubois County Substance Abuse Council. We rebranded and renamed last year just to be a little more appropriate and up with the times. So that, and I think our vigil, honestly, has really grown over the last several years.
Right. So, Jenna led us exactly where we need to be. Let's go ahead and talk about the Overdose Awareness Candlelight Vigil, which is happening Thursday, August 28th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern at Jasper Outdoor REC this year. And Jim, we want to learn a little bit more about, how this event came about locally here in our area.
Well, this will be our 8th year. We've had this vigil in just about every corner of the county, anywhere from Dubois to Huntingburg to Hayesville to Birdseye, Ferdinand and Jasper and Holland. So it's really an effort to make the community aware of the issue and crisis that we have in America, but it affects us here at home about how drugs and drug overdose and death by drug overdose affects not only the families, but the community. And we've had people, we started out our first year at the Jasper River Walk, and we had people come out and talk about their own experiences, people that are currently battling addictions. We've had speakers talk about their issues. We've had counselors, we have professionals, we have people off the street talk about their battles with drug addiction. We've heard from families who've lost loved ones due to addiction. And so this International Overdose Awareness Day actually started in Australia almost 25 years ago.
Wow.
So it is truly an international day, which now spreads out usually over a whole week, last week of August. And if you go to the website, you'll see that there's visuals all over the country and all over the world. And when I attended my first one, probably 15, almost 20 years ago, there were only like 2 or 3 vigils in the state of Indiana. We had to go to Indianapolis. There was, I think, one in Frankfurt, maybe one in Fort Wayne. There are like 2 or 3 in Indiana at that time. And there may have been one, I don't even know if there was one in Louisville at that time. And now, today, this week, there's probably at least 20 to 30 visuals just across Indiana. It's a problem that will never go away. It's obviously something that has been an issue in America forever. And we try to make this event kind of an uplifting type of thing where people can come and talk and vent or tell their stories, their personal stories, but share and have a support group of friends and neighbors and community members with them.
Yeah, and Jenna did a wonderful kind of hint at me before we got started that you were there for that original inception of the vigil. So how has it been for you to see how you guys started from now and seeing that growth for the vigil?
It's really been encouraging, and it's really an event that from the first year until now it has grown. People in the community come out. We have support from a lot of local people and organizations, and it's very heartwarming to see people come and talk about their issues or talk about their losses. And it can be difficult. Quite honestly, it can be difficult for people to stand in front of strangers, but you're also standing among people you know, friends and relatives, community members, and talk about the pain. And I think that is really a good support group. It's people say, why do you want to do this? And I think it's to talk about education, about how overdose and addictions affects anybody, anywhere, at any time. Absolutely. It's and to talk about stigma. People, I think, are many times afraid to talk about it because of the stigma involved. That no, we can't talk about that. In our family, well, you have to talk about it and let people understand why it happens and how it can affect the family and how painful it can be, and try to help heal for those people who have gone through it or those who have lost loved ones due to addictions.
Yeah, and again, just starting that conversation, whether it's a small impact or large, and no matter what type of topic, and we do touch on some of those more difficult topics now and again on the radio and television, but being able to just start that conversation and put that foot forward so that it can further develop, and hopefully in the end it helps people heal, it helps brings awareness, it helps just the community be a better place to be and to thrive, hopefully. And as we kind of, we understand the purpose and we learn more about it and whatnot, what do we need to know about this year's event? Because you guys have some things planned, you have live performances and whatnot, so what do we need to know about that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I would say we really just want to grow the effort that we already have. So I was looking at some of the data before I came in today, and thankfully, okay, so let me clarify. The most recent data I could find was from 2023. Anybody who deals with national and state data knows that we're usually a little bit behind. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at the rates from 2022 to 2023, we actually reduced our overdose rate by 17%.
Wow.
Which is outstanding. And there were reductions across our tri-state area, also in Illinois, Ohio, Missouri, and Kentucky. Now, then the question is, well, why is that happening, right? And one of the main reasons that my research led me to is the accessibility of Narcan. So one of the things that we always try to highlight in this event is not only starting that conversation and building that community connection, but we provide free Narcan at this event. We also have fentanyl and xylazine test strips that we're giving out, and that is through the county. The council is actually a distributor for the Overdose Lifeline, which provides that Narcan for free, which is an amazing resource. And hopefully that is the reason that we're seeing a reduction in overdose deaths, because we can't treat people if they're not alive. And so Narcan has always been there to be that primary life-saving source, right? To then get you to medical attention, to then get you to the support that you need. But I know I got a little off the question. So let's talk about what was happening or what is going to be happening specifically at this event. So we have a lot of interesting things going on. Our main part usually is having a set of guest speakers. And this year, I won't name drop them because I didn't clear that with them yet, but we do have a couple. And so we have one part of the couple was actively struggling with heroin addiction. And then the spouse will also speak about what their experience was like loving someone through that, right? Because as Jim alluded to, there are certain local organizations and folks that seem to always come out to this event. But one of the things we've been seeing more and more of in recent years is family members who have lost someone. And sometimes they travel pretty far because even though there are a lot of vigils, there still aren't enough to meet the need. This is still a significant problem. So really excited to have them to speak both from that first person point of view, but also that what is it like to love someone who struggles, right? Because I would say that most of us listening, we know someone who struggles with addiction, whether that's alcohol or shopping or whatever that addiction is, right? We know someone who struggles. So I think that will be really wonderful. We'll also have our traditional candlelight vigil. So we have some battery-powered candles, so nobody will get wax on them. It's been an issue in the past, so we got that sorted out. And during that time, we will have a name reading. So anyone who attends can write down the name of someone that they've lost. And so there will be a moment for that person to be commemorated. Because that's really, we're here for that. We're also here to provide resources and provide hope. But we want to make sure that we're holding space for those people we've lost.
Right. And one thing to note, again, this may be more of a somber or emotional topic or subject for people to kind of take on. But you guys are inviting all of the community, whether you've been directly impacted, whether you would just like to learn more about what DC ARC has at this Candlelight Vigil. You guys are even inviting families to attend so long as, they find it suitable for the families, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's important for anyone to attend.
I mean, people can be very explicit in their journey with drugs. And but I think it's also, we have to remember the stigma issue that they're opening up and talking about it because they need to, it helps them in their struggle. But we've had, families are encouraged to come out. We do have some music early in the program, and we've been lucky with pretty good weather, and it's usually nice out, and it's a good evening to come out and as a community. But it is, it can be kind of a somber event, but at the same time uplifting when you hear some of the stories that have been very successful. So there's mixed emotions, without a doubt.
Right.
There can be mixed emotions at this type of event.
Right, and I completely understand. We want to make that disclaimer, but also we want to make the invitation clear that, it really is for the community. So who might find it helpful or healing to come to an event like this, you're most certainly welcome. Again, this is happening Thursday, August 28th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern at the Jasper Outdoor REC. And Jenna, will you touch on a little bit about, the venue and what you might be able to expect? Like, is there, accessibility so far as like it's all on flat land? What can we expect from that area as well?
Yeah, so if you're familiar with the Jasper Outdoor REC, you go directly in and it'll be the shelter house at the very end of that first lane. So it is a pretty flat area. There's a lot of parking in the rock lot next to it. There's a playground, so if you have children that you need entertained, that's pretty close as well. And we really like to have an outdoor venue when we can because we want people to be able to spread out, to access the event in whatever way they feel comfortable. You're welcome to bring lawn chairs and sit farther out. There will be picnic tables in the shelter house. And of course, this is an event we're having rain or shine. So whether that means we get to spread out in the lawn or we're all huddled in the shelter house, it's really important for us to be there to have this moment of commemoration, but also to spread hope. And I think I cut that out of whenever I was talking about what the event includes, because this is our second year of a live butterfly release, which is super interesting and a little trippy because you get a little piece of paper and your butterfly starts moving in it and you're able to release the butterfly as a symbol of hope and how life continues and how we can grow from some of these experiences that we've had, as well as probably my favorite part of the event. just because I think it's one of the most impactful parts. We end with an open mic. So anyone in attendance can come up. We do ask the participants keep it brief. We've had some people monologue for a while, and so we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to share, but anyone can share. You don't have to be in recovery. You don't have to be someone who's ever dealt with addiction. You could have loved someone. You could have a strong feeling about the event, whatever that looks like. It is your venue to come and just have that catharsis of being able to share with other people.
Right. And I think the sense of community that someone would take from this event, knowing that you are not alone, whatever struggle you have, or just needing some validation from other people that may be your neighbors. I think that that in itself is priceless for anyone who would like to participate or at least attend this event. Guys, before we let you go today, again, Dubois County ARC is very busy in the efforts. You guys have monthly, weekly meetings? Which one is that?
Monthly. So it's always funny because when I come to talk to you, we actually don't have a September meeting. We're hearing grant applications for those because, of course, we have everything at once, right?
Yes.
The vigil, grants, and then our fun run in September. So it's a hot time of year for the council. But we have the vigil coming up next Thursday night, and then we also have our second annual fun run. So it's Live to Rise Fun Run for Recovery. Now, I will tell you, it is not an official 5K. You don't have to run or walk at all if you don't want to. You can sign up for the T-shirt. That's fine. That's why I registered. You're not going to catch me running, but that'll be at the Riverwalk on Saturday, September 20th. That'll start at 10 a.m. with the run to start at 11, and the event will continue until 2. And that is all kinds of things going on. We're raising money for the Brosmer House, which if you're familiar with recovery at all in Dubois County, Brosmer House is like the meeting hub, right? So wanting to support them, but we'll also have free food, we'll have music, we'll have resources. A lot of local entities will be there with tables about their services. So just a great time for the community, raise awareness, find resources, come and get a free cheeseburger, whatever that looks like for you. But that's coming up as well.
I think it's. I think you kind of led us to the proper saying. I think now is a great time of year for Dubois County ARC because again, you guys are so busy in doing all the things that you have set out to implement to the community here in Dubois County. And you guys have the Candlelight Vigil first, and then we'll see you back for the fun run and all that stuff. So. Truly, we wish you the best of luck as you plan for this Candlelight Vigil on August 28th. And hopefully you guys have a fantastic turnout at the Jasper Outdoor REC Center.
We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching this In.form here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. Again, the Overdose Awareness Candlelight Vigil is happening Thursday, August 28th, 2025 from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern at the Jasper Outdoor REC, and all are welcome to attend that event. Again, just know that, it's a different topic, so being aware of that and being aware of the community there is one thing to take into consideration as well. And this has been your In.form here with Dubois County ARC.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.